Yakama Nation Radio. Good morning, everyone. Simon, we can go ahead and wait for the live feed to get set up, and we'll just wait right here and go live. So Let me share the news story that we have about what happened, and then we'll go into it. It says that Yakama tribal leaders will join a rally November 11th in Vancouver, Washington, led by protesters who are calling on the Department of Ecology to hold the parties accountable for the recent sewage spills into the Columbia River. Over a 4-week span, 2 separate sewage spills in Vancouver led to approximately 590,000 gallons of feces, urine, and other waste polluting the river. Yakama Chairman Jode L. Gowdy said that once again their fish, treaty, and way of life are threatened due to the poor oversight of facilities. The Vancouver rally starts at 11 a.m. in the Vancouver Landing Amphitheater. The protest is being coordinated and hosted by tribal members Roxanne White and Simon Sampson. Okay, we have those who are helping to coordinate and setting all this up, those who are coordinating with us today. You guys ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Okay, so reading that and then hearing that really makes you feel disgusted as a tribal member. I want to learn more from you guys, though. So why the protest, and whatever your guys' story is, please share it with all of our listeners.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. This is Simon Sampson, enrollment number 3180, and known as the Slamming Salmon on the Columbia River. I'd like to welcome everybody here listening on KYNR. We are setting up this protest we started a couple of weeks ago. The Columbia River has been contaminated for the past, umpteen years by various organizations, cities, and businesses, and we just want to put a stop to all the waste being dumped into our Columbia River waters to not only save our salmon, but they're violating our Treaty of 1855 by depriving us that right to fish at our usual and accustomed places. So we started the rally to kind of get this notice out to the public so we can also help the Yakama Nation Tribal Council do their part. So this is being formed by Roxanne and myself to have a short rally march tomorrow, Friday at noon at the agency headquarters, and we'd like to have everyone come and help us participate, support our cause. Then Saturday we'll be down in the city of Vancouver at 11 o'clock to 3 o'clock. And we do have getting a lot of tribal support and non-tribal support. So with that, that's my short statement. I'll have Roxanne finish it up.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Roxanne White, and I just want to make a correction. I'm enrolled Nez Perce, but I am a Yakama descendant, born and raised here on the Yakama Reservation. I presently reside in Seattle for the past 2 years, but I have all my family here, and this is where I'm from, and this is what's in my blood, and as well as the Columbia River and our salmon. It's our way of life, and for me, how this started was when I seen the report about the 500,000+ gallons of toxic human waste, untreated, mostly human waste, feces, urine, and chemicals into the Columbia River. And it hurt me in my spirit for our fishermen, for our longhouses, for our people, for the salmon, all the way to the whales, to the bears. When waste spills occur like this, it affects the people. It affects our people, and it affects, even the four-legged and the whales, and, it affects all of us. So when I read that, I immediately put a call out for help, and I immediately contacted Simon, because I know that he's a lifelong fisherman, and I know that he has a lot of knowledge that I don't have. and as a young person, well, I'm not really young, but as he's my elder, and so I wanted to get his perspective, and he immediately wanted to get on this, and so we started moving and talking about having a rally, and we've been supported by Yakama Nation Tribal Chairman Joe Day, as well as Yakama Nation Tribal Council, and it's been a good collaboration. We're also coordinating with several other groups, from Vancouver Sierra Club to the Columbia River Keepers, 350 Seattle, Muzzascot Talks, Rachel Heaton. We have a great lineup of speakers on that day. Chief Johnny Jackson, Chief Wilbur Slockish, as well as Jode Gowdy will be there speaking. We have Paul Chiokton of Salish Sea Protectors. So we have a Lifted Spirit Drummers. We'll serve food there at the rally on the 11th in Vancouver at the Vancouver Landing Amphitheater. And so we're hoping that a lot of people come out and stand up against these corporations, coal exports, the nuclear waste contamination, Hanford. There's so many other entities that are violating Yakama Nation treaty rights and our waters, poisoning our waters, and it has to stop. And this movement, this rally that we're having tomorrow here on the Yakama Reservation, is to encourage and empower our people on a grassroots level. We're giving everybody a voice here on the Yakama Reservation, whether you're a fisherman or you're a longhouse member or you're just a family. Whatever happens to the Columbia River happens to us, and that's our history for thousands of years, long before we had colonial people come here. This was our way of life. So I'm hoping and praying and welcoming everybody, and even non-Indigenous people are welcome to the rallies. We're doing a collaboration. This is an event that affects a lot of people. The water is everybody's. It's a human right. It's a living right for every living thing. So it's been a great honor. We've had a lot of help. We've had a lot of help from different organizations to help bring this event in Vancouver to life, and we're so grateful.
Like you and Simon mentioned, these things have been happening for years and years, but the most recent in this 4-week span, who took responsibility or admitted that they were responsible for the horrible sewage spills? Who was it?
That was the Vancouver Water Waste Facility. In the reports, they stated that that it was because of a flood power outage. But the first spill was on October 5th. The second spill was on October 26th, and they weren't even 4 weeks apart. They were within a 4-week span. They obviously knew that they had troubles with generators. Prior to this, where I want to know is, where were the systems before this set up? Obviously, they're not following regulations. They're not being held responsible. And all they're expecting is a mere slap on the hand, a fine. That is not enough. We don't. It's not enough to recover and heal the damage that they've done already, and for them, like several other entities, like the coal exports and the nuclear waste spills, all these corporations have one thing in common, and that's money. They think that money can fix all these things, and they don't honor the people that are the original caretakers of these waters and of the salmon. So they, as of right now, that is their take on it, that they're just expecting a fine, and that's all they're going to get. But what they need to understand is that they are violating treaty rights of the Yakama Nation, and that they're also violating human rights for clean water, and beyond that.
What's the goal, not only for the rally here tomorrow at our tribal headquarters, but once you get to Vancouver, whose attention would you guys like to get? Who would you like to have say, what is it they're talking about? Oh, okay, I want to learn more.
Well, it's kind of basically we want all these entities that are putting the waste into the Columbia River, that they be more responsible and not just get a slap on the wrist with a small fine. They've been damaging our salmon for a number of years now, not only with the waste in Vancouver, but the oil spills, the airplanes that went into our Columbia River stopped our spring season for about 2 or 3 weeks. And our tribal fishermen never got compensated for that. And we had asked the Air Force if something could be done, and they said the time had elapsed. So all the waste that's been happening down on the Columbia has been going on for a number of years. And we'd like to rally, get attention from the Heritage University students, the YBC students, Central Washington students, get our youth involved, not only with the elders, so we can have these state of Oregon, state of Washington, EPA, the federal agencies that are held responsible for the clean water on the Columbia River to enforce those laws a lot more stricter and better, so the oversight is there. It's not being overlooked. So that's our main goal.
I think also I'd like to add, we have a situation over there along the Columbia River. We have these facilities, the water waste facility in Vancouver. I think that there needs to be, they need to be held accountable, and they also need to be at a table with tribal members, and they need to, with tribal council, river chiefs, grassroots people, they need to not just be held accountable by a fine, but like the community and the environment. This is an environmental issue that they're saying is not really that poisonous. It's not really that dangerous. What you can do is, if you catch a fish, if you catch any salmon, they're saying clean it really well and cook it right away. They're saying if you get in the water, wash up, make sure you clean yourself really well. But so if it's not safe, it's not safe. So we need to highlight these situations on a grassroots level. Who we want to grab the attention of, you asked, is the people. The people. Because the more the people are educated and the more they know what's going on, as a people collectively, we need to exert ourselves and make ourselves available on a grassroots level, on a ground level, to support our tribal council, to hold these people accountable.
So, Simon, it's not just about the last 4 weeks, it's about years and years and years.
Yeah, correct. And it's been going on for a number of years now down there, starting from the Hanford toxic waste all the way to the mouth of the ocean. So we want to put a stop to it as much as we can. We're not saying we can stop it completely, but we can get it more notice so our people help us and help our elected officials do their jobs.
If anybody out there is listening and they want to be a part of the rally here, or if they can make it to Vancouver, what are the times and the places they should be to support this rally?
Tomorrow we're having a rally. We're going to start at the Yakama Nation agency at noon, and we will rally around the Yakama for
Yakama, then head up on 97 to Cultural Center and back to the agency.
Back to the agency. And Jode Gowdy will be there speaking. I think we have a representative from Fisheries, and also Simon and myself. And we also would love for other people to speak out on whatever they feel is important, whether it's their concern or their livelihood or their love for the Columbia River and the salmon. It's open to the community. We'd love to see a lot of children, a lot of youth, a lot of families there. So everybody's welcome. They can make signs. I would have loved to have a sign making hour or two somewhere, but I just pulled in yesterday and kind of just here until Friday, and then I'll be in Vancouver. So that event will start in Vancouver at the Vancouver Landing Amphitheater from 11 to 3. And if you want to go, we do have on our event page a rideshare link. And we also have a rideshare link that people can go on and they can collaborate together on how to get there.
What's the event page? How would somebody find that?
It says Protect Our Columbia River, Nichiwana, and Save Our Salmon, Nusuks. And that is the event page for March Rally in Vancouver. The one that we have here, and you could find that through me or through Simon. Facebook. And then the other one is also a Facebook event. It's for here. You can go under Me or Salmon as well again, and it is for the rally tomorrow at the Yakama Nation agency from noon to 3. You can find those both on Facebook.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys being here today and educating me and filling me. Well, while you do that, everybody out there is getting to hear about this as well, because we've heard about it, but the information you guys shared was good, so we know more about why you're doing this. Any final comments or thoughts from Roxanne or Simon?
Well, I'd just like to thank you, Ryan, for this very important interview to let our people know that this rally has become a reality, and we are going to do it. So thanks very much, Ryan, and the KYNR staff.
Yes, thank you, Ryan, for having us as guests, and grateful for the opportunity to get the word out to the community. We want to thank the Yakama Nation for setting up any interviews. And I also wanted to say to our viewers, I hope that you will tune in to KYNR here and support the station, support the Yakama Nation, support our water and our salmon. Thank you very much.
All right, that's Roxanne White and Simon Sampson. Don't forget, tomorrow, noon, Yakama Nation Agency. Get your signs made tonight, and thank them again for being here.